Country Road Creature. The Country Road Creature is a fictional abomination created by Trevor Henderson. This pale walking stick stands at a towering 29.2 feet, though it spends most of its time crouching on all fours like it's looking for its dropped contact lens. It has a tiny little torso, but its limbs stretch out to an insane 18.7 feet, giving it the ultimate advantage in basketball. It has nearly no neck, greenish-gray skin, and a wide frozen human smile that looks like it just heard a terrible joke. Despite weighing over 4,000 pounds, this thing can sprint at near subsonic speeds to chase down cars on empty highways. It also possesses absolute body elasticity, meaning it can stretch its limbs to squeeze into tight spaces or scale buildings. Most disturbing part is, it can shapeshift its body to look like a normal human and perfectly mimic human voices to trick drivers into stopping. The second you roll down your window, it snaps back into its giant form and chases your car down the highway just to ruin your night. Forgotten Baby. The Forgotten Baby is a giant abomination that looks like a severely deformed human fetus. This walking nightmare stands at an intimidating 7 feet tall with sticky, glossy pink flesh hanging loosely from a bony framework with exposed ribs underneath. Its head is hilariously large for its body, and its awkward limb structure looks like a 4-year-old drew it. Its origin is linked to a local hospital that completely burned down in a massive fire. For some creepy reason, the maternity ward was the absolute only part of the building they never rebuilt. Shortly after, this giant pink fetus started showing up. Having grown so big, it literally has to duck under standard doorways just to walk into a bedroom. It is a silent stalker that breaks into ordinary homes at night to kidnap unfortunate victims for unknown reasons. It possesses terrifying stealth, moving through hallways completely undetected like a TV on absolute mute. Chicken Ghost. Chicken Ghost, also formerly known as the God of Chickens, is a towering, skeletal entity that stands at roughly 7 feet tall. This pale, featherless humanoid features huge, bulging red eyes and a sharp, curved avian beak. Its hands and feet end in long, flesh-red skeletal talons. The background story behind this entity is a complete real piece of Trevor Henderson universe. When a family moved into a house near an abandoned farmstead, things instantly went wrong. Every single carton of eggs they brought home turned out to be completely rotten, with one even cracking open to reveal a dead chicken fetus. Soon after, the homeowner kept waking up with small, painful puncture wounds all over his body that looked exactly like bird pecks. This is because Chicken Ghost is an ancient, forgotten deity functioning as a protective saint of poultry. He doesn't just go after random people, he is a dedicated ally of vegan people and is aggressively hostile only to humans who mistreat chickens. When he manifests near a farm, nearby chickens will physically gather around his feet. Trevor Henderson officially placed this ancient entity in the dangerous but can be befriended category. The Bellringer. The Bellringer is a nightmarish creature that lurks inside deserted schools, waiting to hunt down any children who venture too close. Its skeleton is held together by an odd, mucus-like substance. Its ribs stick out unevenly, and its spine twists into a deformed corkscrew. With its arms hanging loosely and spindly fingers ending in claws, its posture looks exactly like an average Discord moderator sitting at a desk. Where its head should be, a bright red electric school bell perches on its deformed body, glowing with a faint orange light in dark rooms. The hammer of the bell is oddly flexible, twisting like a joint, and it is able to ring out a sound that completely scrambles the brains of anyone who hears it. These entities are known to hunt in packs, hiding in the shadows of empty classrooms until they strike. Thankfully for adults, you aren't their primary target unless you actively get in their way. Big Charlie. Big Charlie looks like a horrific combination of bad dreams and livestock. This giant bony cow stands at a massive height of 30 feet tall, but it spends its time shambling across the countryside after escaping from a secret meat processing plant. It features a long, emaciated body so thin that its entire ribcage is visibly exposed beneath its pinkish skin, which literally looks like raw meat. Instead of a normal snout, it has a sharp bird-like beak at the tip of its mouth, a thick dark mane of hair running from its head down its spine, and dead, milky gray eyes proving it is completely blind. Its legs are unnaturally long, looking like they're about to buckle under its immense weight. This monstrosity was the result of a genetic experiment gone wrong, designed to produce an endless supply of meat. Because of this, loose, tumor-like chunks of meat constantly fall off its lower torso. The second they hit the dirt, these meat chunks undergo reproduction, moving around on their own as independent offspring known as Lil Nuggets. Big Charlie completely lacks any parental instinct, completely ignoring these mini monsters as it casually migrates through rural and snow-covered landscapes to avoid being recaptured. God of Roadkill. The God of Roadkill is an enormous entity that looks like a giant skeleton that refuses to stay dead. This towering monstrosity is composed entirely of jagged, blood-red bones. A massive bird's head crowns its unnaturally long neck, featuring a sharp, pointed beak and 4 crudely sketched eyes that give it a mask-like face. Since it completely lacks a lower body, it has to drag its massive frame across the midnight highways, using its extended arms in a stiff, wooden motion. But don't let the horrifying appearance fool you, because its background lore proves it actually has a strong moral compass. This creature watches with pure sorrow and anger at the endless accidents of animals by reckless, speeding drivers. It guides the souls of dead animals to the afterlife, while condemning the reckless drivers who hit them to a brutal, violent fate. If you're wondering if anyone ever survives an encounter with him, they don't. Whether they end up trapped in their own fiery wreckage or claimed directly by the god itself, it is completely benevolent to the innocent. It actually goes out of its way to assist lost human souls in finding peace. The Cartoon Cat. Cartoon Cat is an abomination that basically looks like a 1930s mascot that completely lost its mind. It stands at around 8 feet tall and operates on twisted cartoon physics. This cosmic nightmare can stretch its limbs to the size of a skyscraper, liquefy its body, or contort its anatomy whenever it feels like it. It features a jet black body, a large grin with bloody gums, and dead, hollow eyes. It even wears those classic white cartoon gloves, which would be cute if they weren't used to tear its victims apart. The first documented sighting dropped in August 2018, when it was photographed sitting behind a doorframe in a completely derelict building, just staring at the camera with that sinister smile. Since then, it specifically claims massive abandoned structures, like dead shopping malls and rotting warehouses, as its personal hunting grounds. The lore makes this thing the most terrifying entity on this list. It warps its body through tight spaces, blends seamlessly into ink-like shadows, and mimics human voices to lure urban explorers to their doom.